That's the funniest sound ever. Hey there, little guys. Hey you guys, good to see you as always here on the channel. So we got a pretty cool video for you today. We're going out to the country to my buddy's farm and we're going to help him prune up some of his peach trees. But first, we got to grab a few things from the store. Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Let's see, we need a little bit of this.
What am I supposed to remind you of?
Whatever I texted you yesterday. I think I need that. I need some lime. Zach's getting the loppers.
And Felco file,
Oh,
and
yeah.
fruit tree spray, and tree tone?
Yeah, I got the tree tone. And then we just got these in. Gotta have one of these. Then we gotta steal us a little bit of alcohol to keep our tools clean. And we need us a bag of lime. Hey mama, hey mama, it's okay. Everybody's hungry today, Zach.
Absolutely.
I do not miss having cows, Zach. How you doing, buddy? Thank you, sir. So everybody, we're out at Zach's farm today. We're way out in the country, if that's not obvious. And as I said before, we're gonna prune up some peach trees, but first, we gotta put a little fuel in ourselves. And this is a good example of the circle of life right here. So we're gonna eat our steak biscuits and we're gonna go do a little tour of the farm and then we're gonna go prune up some peach trees. There you go, told you I was nice. All right, well, we got our bellies full now, and now it's time to go to work. But first, I know you guys will kill me if we don't go in and see the new baby goats and the baby cows. So we're gonna walk over there, check those out, and then we're gonna go. So Zach's got most of his fruit trees and peaches, apples. What else you say, buddy? Persimmons?
Persimmons, pears.
Persimmons and pears. So the majority of them are over there across the field in that grass section. We'll walk over there, get those checked out, get our tools sharpened up, and go to work. Zach, I'm gonna get me some goats soon, man. I just gotta get my area fenced in. Hey guys. Hey buddy, how you doing? Where'd that little, oh, there's the little baby over here nursing on his mama. Hey little guy. Is it a guy or a girl, Zach?
It's gonna be a little girl, I believe.
Little girl. All right, now don't you headbutt me. Hey, little one. It's so cute. Hey there. Will they get mad if I pet it? No. Hey, little girl, come here. Come see me. Hey, dude. He's so little. You said it's what, 2 days old?
At this point, I think it's about 4 days old.
4 days old. Look at that little guy. That's the mama right there? Or
this is the mama right there.
Oh, that's the mama right there. Don't you headbutt me now. It'll make good video content, but we're not doing that today, okay? I'm sorry, I keep messing you up. You're trying to eat and I'm trying to get close to you. And your mama don't want to cooperate today, little buddy. That is the cutest thing I've ever seen, man. It's so little. That is neat. All right, guys, we got to go to work. We'll come back and see you in a little bit.
Long hair. They love to play in the mud.
He's so little.
Maybe I'll catch it. Let's see.
Maybe. He's a fast little booger. Or she is. Probably gonna squeal like nobody's business, huh? Come here, little guy. Come here, little guy. Come here, little guy. Come on. Hey, little dude.
Female.
Female? Hey, little girl. Hey, how are ya? Oh, you got pretty eyes. Hey, I hear ya. I hear ya, buddy. Let me hold it. You get a picture of me. Man, it's okay. Hey, it's all right, buddy. It's okay. That's the funniest sound ever. We're not hurting her. Hey there. Hey there, little princess. Yeah. Alright, I'll put you down now. Look at his little bitty hooves, man. This is the cutest little thing ever. I want to take you home. I want to take you home. Alright, you go back to mama now. We'll quit messing you up. Get out of here. It's the little bittiest thing, man. It's like the size of a football. That's so cool. Alright, let's get to work. Look at this too, you guys. You can definitely tell it's spring around here. Oh my goodness. Hey there, little guys. Yeah, I hear you. There's your mama. Golly, Zach has got so many animals around here. How many you got? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 puppies. Good gracious. All right, let's go, Joe.
Go get us a ladder first, too.
All right. Wind's cutting across the field pretty good over here. Hopefully not messing with the audio too much for you guys. But here are some of the fruit trees that we're going to be working with today. So you said we got what, a pear, Zach?
That's a pear on the end.
Peach
tree.
And it's hard to tell, you know, when there's not any leaves on it. And we don't know the cultivar of the fruit trees, but that doesn't matter for the purposes of today. We just want to shape them up. These things haven't had anything done for what, a couple years?
A couple years.
So I think the main goal for today is just try to reduce these guys by about 1/3 and try to open up the center a little bit so sunlight can get down, air can get through, and just give them a real good pruning. We're going to lime them. We're going to throw down a little bit of fertilizer. Probably need to come back later in the year and add more fertilizer, but that's where we need to start, is just reducing each tree by about 1/3.
It's a lot, but it needs to go because it's going up inside.
Yeah.
I think it needs to go.
Yeah, no, you're right. We got a lot of crossing going on, and what we want to do, and I'm going to show you guys a book in a second, but it gave a good analogy for a fruit tree in there, Zach. So he said you want it like a wine glass. So you've got your stem, which is your trunk, and then you want to, you know, create that bowl kind of cup effect by getting rid of all the stuff in the middle, letting that sunlight get down in there. And that's what we're going to attempt to do today. But we've got a lot, like we want to get rid of this guy right here completely because he's going back up into the center of the tree. So we're just going to do just a good haircut on the majority of the things in here today. It's going to help them out a lot. All right, well, let's go get our ladder and get our saws and our pruners. I got to sharpen my Felcos up a little bit first, and then we're gonna have some fun. It's a beautiful day out here at this farm today, man. I was able to shed my hoodie already. It feels like what, 65 or something?
Pretty close.
There's not a cloud in the sky, and it's a good day to be alive and be out here with my buddy and get these things pruned up, and then hopefully late spring, early summer, we'll come back in again. We'll thin out some of the fruit and enjoy some big juicy peaches later in the summer. We'll just start right here by the Kubota. I'm just going to get my Felcos sharpened up real quick like. There's our new little sharpening deal here. Oh yeah, I love that sound right there. Yeah, Zach, I say let's just go ahead and start right here on this pear. And any suckers on any of the trees, buddy, we definitely want to get rid of those. And then I'm going to come in here, anything in the center. So just picture that wine glass, and anything up through the center of the tree, just go ahead and just keep that wine glass image in your head. So and then
anything growing towards the center of
anything, yeah, we want that center bowled out, wide open. And then we'll get the ladder too, or you can use your pole saw, and we'll come out here, and any that are reaching real far, we'll go ahead and just bring them back a couple of feet, because the goal here is to make these workable, because you're going to have to do some spraying, you know, and then of course when you come in and do culling, the easier you make it easier on yourself, get that fruit down a little bit lower to ground level. Let's go ahead, we'll come in here, we'll get rid of these suckers down here first, and then any little spindly guys like this right here, buddy, go ahead and get rid of those. But anything inside, we want to get rid of it. Yeah, those loppers are going to be exactly what you need for this job. The Felcos will do good for coming in here and getting rid of the, you know, the smaller interior, little smaller caliper guys. Yeah, go ahead and get rid of that too. Excellent. And so something else we were talking about just a second ago is, you know, like I've taught you guys on tomatoes, you got to think of these trees as mothers, and they can only support so many babies. So when we do get flowers and we start getting small fruit, we'll have to come back out here and cull it. And what the rule is on peach trees is you want to leave only one peach for every 6 inches of length of that limb. So not that we're going to get out here with a tape measure, that's just kind of a general rule of thumb, is 1 fruit per 6 inches of limb. And then I was showing Zach this book right here. I've showed it to you guys before, and I'll put a link in the description below. But this is an amazing resource right here. So this guy, Mr. Brent Ruggles, he's come and done some book signings. As a matter of fact, I think this is my autographed version. But this book has got just a wealth of information on fruit trees. It is worth its weight in gold. If you don't have it and you want to grow fruit trees, just go ahead, you'll thank me later, just go ahead and get this book. Then I also got my DeWalt Sawzall out here today. That should make some quicker work of some of these thicker branches like this one here. Oh yeah, I like that, buddy. Okay, that's looking better, Zach. Hey, you're taller than me. We won't tell everybody that. Well, I kind of just did, but see if you can reach that one limb right there. I can't quite get it. Yep, sorry, I didn't mean to cut your finger off there.
Got 9 more.
Oh yeah, perfect. Now you can start to see that canopy open it up there in the center of the tree. We may have to get the ladder, buddy, I don't know. Just reach as many as you can. I probably too, Zach would come in here, go ahead and get rid of that guy, that little small dude right next to him.
Right here, the whole thing?
No sir, this little guy right here. Yep. We just want to reduce it by, you know, approximately by 1/3. Now I will say this, so your peach trees and most of the fruit trees are going to produce on last year's growth. So if we were to come in here and limb up everything, there's a chance we may not have any fruit this coming season. So we don't want to take off everything, but we do want to reduce it by about 1/3. Now what we've chosen to do here, guys, I know y'all saw that big limb that Zach just cut off with the chainsaw. Reason being, it was going straight up through the center. It was way tall. You can't access it, you can't spray it. It really was doing us not a lot of good. And so now we're left with just a couple of main branches, and we can begin to kind of create a saddle, what they call it. And that way we get that wine glass kind of shape. And we're just going to come in and selectively now prune off some of the smaller branches, leaving some of last year's growth so that we at least have some fruit production this coming year. Pears, man, they can really produce a hell of a lot of fruit. Dad used to have to go prop his up in the front yard because they'd just be weighted down because he left too many fruit on. Yeah, that'd probably be good right about there, buddy.
Or right back here.
Yeah, Yeah, down, because we're gonna let that one become the new. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I really like that, Zach. Now you can start to see this thing really open up and take shape. And I know it's kind of a hard thing to do to your tree, because that's pretty drastic, but these things haven't been pruned in a couple years, and it's just necessary for the health and fruit production of the tree. And then something else I should mention too that's very important. So we're day after Valentine's Day. You want to make sure you do this only in February or March, especially on the peach trees. Yeah, that looks way better, buddy. I like that, man. She's got some nice shape to her. You can see that center just wide open now. We left this guy. He's going to become our main branch on this side, and you've got a good uniform, you know, all the way around. Now we've got branching. I think that looks great, buddy. And that's this is the same principle we're going to do on all your other fruit trees too. Apples, peaches, pears, plums, what have you. Yeah, that's way better, bud. I like that. Even though she's a leaning wine glass, at least we got that center, you know, majority of it opened up. So she's gonna do a whole lot better now. That looks great. He's not been pruned in quite some time, so you can see we got our work cut out for us on this guy right here. He is just a cluster, but we'll get him. That looks way better, Zachary. I like that, man. We just coming right along. Now, I was just telling Zach too what we're gonna do. We're gonna lime and fertilize these guys today. And lime is one of the cheapest things you can do to just for the most bang for your buck, because not only does it have the magnesium in it that these fruit trees need, it's also going to raise that pH up a little bit, because we're out in the peach belt of South Carolina, and just in the pretty much general whole area we have acidic soil. So that lime is going to raise the pH up a little bit and make nutrients that are already in the soil. It'll help to make them available. So if you haven't limed, I suggest, well, do a soil test first just to see where your pH level is. If you're in the Aiken, Edgefield, McCormick area, you more than likely have acidic soil. Lime is like one of the most beneficial and cheapest things you can do. So guys, I think this has been my favorite tree that we've pruned so far. Just because it was so drastic. It had that huge main leader going up through the center, but now you can kind of really see how it's got that nice bowl shape. It's saddled. Zach will be able to come around and easily reach his fruit, spray the fruit, do whatever he needs to do maintenance wise. And then something else I wanted to go ahead and point out. I know y'all are probably saying, well, Ryan, you said cut off 1/3 of the tree. Well, that's a general scenario. 1/3 is just a good rule of thumb when pruning just about anything. But these guys have been left alone for so long, so sometimes you just have to come in and do a really drastic pruning job just to get the shape that we're wanting. It's more than 1/3 in some cases, but it's necessary to get the results that we're looking for, and the tree will thank us in the next coming years. Y'all, we are making some good progress out here on our fruit tree pruning. Zach's working away down there on a persimmon, I believe, but we've made some major progress with these guys, and they're gonna thank us for it years down the road. Got them all pruned up, got a nice saddle in most of them, but I was noticing right here on this tree, you know, a few years ago somebody had staked it up using this old T-post. But if you're going to use something, you know, don't use wire. And here's the reason being right here. They did try to protect it with a little piece of hose pipe, but this wire is now cutting into the bark and choking this tree, so we're gonna set him free. This is why I like to use like a, you know, some type of all natural tethering, so that it rots over time or the tree can pop it itself, but this wire wasn't going nowhere, and you can see how it's cut into the bark pretty good, but at least we caught it soon enough so it didn't do any damage. But eventually, you know, that would have girdled and choked the tree and possibly killed it. So there you go, tree, you can thank me later. Well, y'all, while Zach is over there busy pruning, I'm gonna start coming back behind him and throwing out some lime and fertilizer. Now, I can't give you a rate of lime that we're gonna put out because we didn't do a soil test, but I do know that Zach hasn't limed in 5 years. We don't know if the previous owners have, so I know it needs it. I just went and cut my water bottle in two. I'm probably gonna do 5 to 6 cups around each tree. This is gonna help, you know, just raise that pH a little bit, but also add that magnesium to the soil, which these fruit trees need, and they're gonna thank me for it. And then we're gonna put out a little bit of fertilizer. Later in the spring, we're gonna come back with a triple 10 and hit them again. Right now, we're gonna use the tree tone, all organic, help get those microbes established back into the soil and just give them a little initial boost. And in case you're curious, this is the lime that I'm using. It's a pelletized lime. I've used this for years. It works really, really good. This is what we sell down at Grassroots. And I will go ahead and say too, I would have preferred if we got the lime out a few months back and let the winter rains go ahead and get it into the soil. I don't really like liming and fertilizing at the same time, but you know, sometimes you have no other choice, and that's what we're gonna do today. And I would prefer to be able to incorporate this tree tone into the soil all around the tree, you know, cultivate it in, but we've got 30 something trees over here. You see Zach still over there hard at work pruning, but I would like to incorporate the lime and fertilizer into the soil, but we don't have the equipment nor the time to do it today. And just sometimes, you know, with gardening, I mean, time is precious and we just do what we have to do. But if you have the choice or the option, go ahead and cultivate this lime and fertilizer into the soil, either with a pitchfork, you know, just something to get it down into the soil, because what's going to have to happen now, you know, we're going to have to rely on rain to take these minerals down into the soil. So if you can go ahead and incorporate them in the soil beforehand, it's just that much better. Well guys, we are moving right along today. We're on the next to the last row of fruit trees. And me and Zach been doing some work today, man. You see all these piles we got out here. I guess we've done, what, about 20 trees probably so far. I mean, a bunch of them, but they are looking amazing. So we're gonna hit this row here, and then these little guys here won't take very long at all. I think we'll have this project about wrapped up. Guys, I want to show y'all this tree right here. We believe it's a plum. We're not certain. I was just talking to Zach, and I think when these things start putting on leaves or producing fruit, he's going to get some of those metal tags like we ordered off of Amazon and start tagging these trees. But as I was pruning on this one, it's got a good bit of just dead and kind of diseased wood. This whole limb was dried up and dead, and then you can kind of see it's got some scars on the outside. So you know what we're going to do, Zach will just have to watch this one this year and see if it produces. But these fruit trees are just like any other living being. They reach a point, and then when it's just time to snatch them out and replace it. And it could be, you know, every year they're coming out with more and more new hybrids that are resistant to different diseases, resistant to nematodes, that type of stuff. So I don't think it's going to be long. He might get one more year out of this one, but don't be afraid to, you know, to replace it. He's got so many fruit trees out here till I don't think he'll even miss it. But you know, start over with a more vigorous new cultivar that probably, you know, over the next 3 to 4 years is going to outproduce this guy for sure. That looks good, Zach. I'm gonna get you a job down at Grassroots Yard Supply, man. #1 pruner.
I'm not sure about the owner.
Yeah, I heard he's kind of a butthole to work for, man. I'd stay away from that place. All right, a few more trees and we got this project wrapped up. Guys, every limb I cut on this one here seems to be dried up and dead. So I think we're just gonna experiment and just go ahead and do a major cutback all the way. Just go ahead and stump it and let's see if it will reinvigorate it to put out some new branches. But I think she may be a goner. But this is one thing you can try, you know, just if you really want to salvage, if it's your favorite tree or what have you, you can just do a severe pruning and just see what comes back. Yeah, I think this one's gonna be a goner. You guys, you see how brown and dry that is? I don't see any green. I don't see any cambium layer. A little bit of life on this one down here. I see a little bit of liquid exchange going on right there, but I think she's a goner. Now, one thing you want to be careful with doing a super hard prune like this, if it's a grafted tree, which most fruit trees are, you could get some suckering coming up from the rootstock, and that's not going to do you any good. So at that point, if nothing comes out above the graft line and we start getting suckering, it's time to yank the whole thing up and replant. And here's a good example of one that's just gone way too long without pruning. But you can see this was pruned years ago, but now you just got this conglomeration and everything is right in the center, exactly where we don't want it. So we're going to have to do some major cutting. I believe this is a pear tree, just judging by the growth habit and the color of the bark. But we got to open up that center, and it's gonna require some major cuts. You guys got to be more careful. I told y'all to get out of the way. I'll tell you what, this thing right here has been a handy tool for this job, and she definitely, that was a drastic cut, man. You may not get very many pears or off of that one this year, but it had to be done because that thing was just all kind of gnarled up. There's still a few we probably need to remove, but I think we'll just watch it, and then like I told you, this coming winter we'll come down here and, you know, just continue shaping them into what we want them to become a couple years down the road. Well, guys, I'm proud of us, man. We got, I don't know how, I didn't count the trees as we were going, but probably 30-35 fruit trees pruned out here at Zach's farm. Ton of progress out here. That was a lot of pruning, and Zach, I'm gonna leave the cleanup to you, buddy. Yeah, it's all yours. But so what we're gonna do now, we gotta head back towards the house, but I want to stop at a peach field right up the road. Hopefully I won't get caught for trespassing, but I noticed on the way in that they had just pruned half the field, and so I want to show you guys, and I want to see for myself the difference between, you know, a commercial pruning, and we could see a hard line too, because half the field they've already done, the other half they hadn't made it to yet. So let's go check that out, and if we do get in trouble for trespassing, we'll give Zach a call. Whether he answers the phone or not is another story, but let's go check that out real quick. Okay, let's jump out here real quick, so I don't like trespassing on other people's property, but hopefully this is one of my buddy's peach fields. But you can see here we've got a really good example. All of this half of the field has been pruned, and this half of course is not. So you see all that stuff in the middle, all the branches coming up out of the middle. And let's just look around just real briefly, just to see how the professional guys do it. You see how they've got this nice saddle bowl shape in the tree, and they've come up and lopped it off, you know, probably about a third off of each branch. But I just thought that was interesting, and of course this is a commercial peach grow right here, so these guys really know what they're doing. But just look at how the saddle is on most of these peach trees. So I feel a little bit more confident in doing what we did today, just kind of, you know, observing what these guys have done out here in a commercial type setting. And it won't be long, this whole field is going to be just covered in pink flowers, and then I'm sure they're going to come through and cull some of the peaches off And then the ones that hang on, I'm gonna be eating them here June, July-ish. But appreciate you guys hanging out with me just like you always do. Hit that thumbs up down there for me. Drop me a comment if I missed anything, or just if you just want to say hey. Other than that, the more you know, the more you grow. We'll see you guys on the next video.